Hello there everybody, happy Tuesday, and it's the final shirt that I was gifted for Christmas, and this one is possibly the more obscure of the clubs. So the previous two shirts have been teams that have been in the second division in their respective countries. This team is in, well honestly I have no idea what division they are in. In fact I did message the club asking them explicitly what league do you play in, and they left me unread. So they've seen the message and didn't tell me. Possibly because I spoke in English and they speak in another language, but I'm pretty certain it would be fairly simple. It's not like I asked for anything particularly difficult, just simply, what league do you play in? But yes, if anybody's watching this and does actually know when I tell you who the club is and we know a little bit more information about them, yeah, please let us know, because it's somewhere that's really far down. It's probably sort of amateur levels. I suppose it's not all that important, but it's always nice to know how successful or unsuccessful they currently are. So I suppose the only thing to do now is show you the shirt, and it is very well designed. Here it is. It's hanging from here. Now then, let's look at the back, shall we? It's always a great place to start. So, what can you see? You can just see a black shirt, possibly be able to pick up that there are some sort of lime sort of trims there. Not quite green, not quite yellow. And then there is a little bit of a sponsor on the bottom there. Now we turn it around. This is where it gets a little bit more exciting. Now then, what is that? Now depending on how it looks on the camera, you may be picking up some pretty cool things going on there. So we have the sponsor on the front there, and we have this very interesting crest going on there with an interesting styling. And to be honest, that's pretty much 50% of the reason why I decided to buy it was purely because of the crest. And then we have some sort of detailing on the inside of the neck there. So I suppose the only thing I have to do is just dress the mannequin as usual, and I'll come back to and explain to you who is the owner, other than me obviously, of this very, very interesting but very cool football shirt design. Okay then, so there's the shirt in all of its glory, and the club is, if you got this right, then very well done to you. The club is Christiania, I think that's how you pronounce it, SC, and this is their away shirt from the current season 2022-2023, and it is a Danish football team. There's not many Danish shirts that I have in my collection, so it's always nice to add one of those to it. So this one was bought for me from the Hummel website, directly from the manufacturer, and I believe it retailed for £60. Now right now, at the time of recording, I believe there's only the 3XL available to buy. And I'm not surprised, because it has this very interesting design. Now, I did clock this maybe towards the beginning part of the season, and they still had not very many available. I don't think there certainly wasn't any in medium. So I have an app which I use which allows me to track changes of website design, and I just sort of focus explicitly on the medium part, and then fast forward 2 or 3 months and I got a notification saying that that's changed and there were some mediums in stock. So I said, okay, then this is the one I want for my Christmas present, and I went and obviously now received it, and now there's no more mediums left. So maybe it's still worth an eye keeping a tab on the link, because you never know, they might restock. But right now, yeah, 3XL is all there is. Now, the club is based in Freetown, Christiania, which is a sort of small hippie commune in the city of Copenhagen, of course, the capital of Denmark. And the population is only 850 to like 1,000 people. And it's a very interesting place. It's a very liberal, it's sort of like a anti-establishment place where it's very, very popular with tourists, but it has this sort of weird vibe where it's kind of, they just rather probably do their own thing and just let everybody else do their thing sort of stuff. So the club was founded in 1982 and is kind of famed for the allowing of smoking marijuana cigarettes. So you may see on the front there, it says Christiania, you'll never smoke alone. Obviously taking inspiration there from the Liverpool sort of motto, and that's partly falls into their sort of liberal views on a lot of things, and they don't discriminate for players who decide that if they pre-match, post-match, maybe even during the match, decide that they would like to influence themselves with a little bit of some smoking sessions, then they don't go against that. They say, fine, go ahead with it. So I'm not sure how that fits in with the overall league structure. Obviously, or even just the legality of it in the country, which of course it is banned. But that's quite an interesting thing. So that's why they've got a little bit of, it's kind of an allure to it by certain professionals, shall we say. So with regards to the actual shirt design, it's kind of gone for that blackout styling. Of course, you do have the sort of lime trims there. Now, I did mention the crest before. When I first saw it online, I thought it was like an iridescent one where if you sort of shine it and catch the light, it'll just sort of reflect and speckle. That's not the case. It is sort of rubberized and the colour is there, but it's sort of like a recycled plastic that they're using. So they always like to use the colours in their, sort of certainly their home shirts and in their crest. And they felt like that they at least want some colour involved in this shirt. And they just use that sort of recycled sort of styling there, which I think is pretty cool. That's a nice way of doing it. Now, they also have on this, the design of the shirt, sort of like these little circles that create not really a specific pattern, but they are there. And I think the inspiration of that is because the Christiania flag has 3 circles on it, and also the crest itself has the 3 circles of Christiania. So I feel like that's why they've gone for the circle styling. On the inside of the neck, like I mentioned previously, it has the initials of the club there, which is quite cool. And then on the back of the neck, there is an anchor which says "Sorry Mum." Not sure what that specifically means, if that has something to do with the club or if that's just another sponsor again. But that's quite cool. But that's kind of the reason why I bought it, really. Partly because it's got this blackout styling, and partly because it's just this weird, interesting place. I was aware of the club for a number of seasons now because Hummel seem to have this quite interesting partnership with them. I've seen their shirts for sale on the Hummel website quite many years now, and they've had some cool designs. They had like a camouflage one which was released the first time around that I saw. Then they had another one which had possibly like a Woodstock theme on it. I think that's what it was. The home shirts are okay, they're red and yellow, but I've always preferred the away shirts. They just had a little bit more interesting design. And it's one of those things where they've always been there, but I've just never made that final jump and made the purchase. And I'm kind of glad I waited to get this one, though all of the previous ones would have been just as good. So if you're interested in buying a shirt that is kind of both interesting stylistically and also a little bit sort of hipsterish, then I suppose this would be one that you would add to your list. Like I said, I don't have too many Danish shirts. I've got Nordsjælland, FC Copenhagen, and possibly one more that I've kind of forgotten now. Oh no, I've got Aalborg. No, yes, Aalborg. That's it, possibly. So this is maybe number 4. I guess, there's always plenty of room for expanding that part of the collection, but this one is possibly the best one I have right now. Those are the shirts that I received for Christmas, so I think you can tell me which one's the best. They all have their own standout features. You have the Telstar one, which is that great colour combination with all those wide variety of them on the front. Tenerife shirt, which was pink, and then this one, which is just not pink. That means I have just shirts now that I bought personally. I have 4 there to go, one of which is really nice. I have 2 that are on the way, which I've had to use other people to help me make the purchases because they are coming from some interesting places and they are very, very cool shirt designs. And that's kind of it for now. So yeah, we've definitely got some content coming, and then the video on Friday I will do something a little bit different, but I think you should like it as always. So thank you for watching my videos like you always do. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll see you in Friday, whichever video that may be. Goodbye.